Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here, and are you ready for the Great Resistance? That's the question of the day, because as I've been saying for quite some time now, we need to push back, and now there is no time to wait. For those that do not know, Operation Warp Speed held yet another press conference today where they say that they will be deploying the vaccine equitably throughout every state in the nation. Now, I want not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Buffering. What is this nonsense? I'm hardlined in, am I not? That is the weirdest thing. Come on, YouTube. Come on, this is ridiculous. I hope that you guys aren't experiencing buffering and that we're doing it big. I'm looking at my computer and it shouldn't be on that end. So that would be on YouTube's end. Weird that this show might get a little buffery. So we're going to go over that. I've got some great news on my end. One of the reasons I ended up going live, because I was a little spent after yesterday going so hard, and then doing the broadcast with Steve this morning, and all that good stuff over at Rockfin. If you haven't made the Rockfin account, now is the time to do so, by the way. Okay? Yeah, it's good over there. Oh, you like that? You like the backdrop? Excellent, guys. Again, we've been trying to up our game here with the second studio, and the goal is to also get a second person in here so we can do in-person interviews. Hopefully it's going to be Miletich, Pat Miletich has been nothing but kind to me. And as I was telling people, they, were going to cancel this MMA event that I was going to be doing just a little bit of color commentary midway through the program and the weigh-ins. But guess what? Happening. It's happening. People pushed back. That's right. I had mentioned there was a loophole, and I wasn't sure at first, but then I got the text message, and today I got the miracle phone call that caged aggression, and this is important to me, guys, and I know this may be kind of minuscule to other people, but to me this represents a lot more than just an MMA event, okay? And don't get me wrong, you guys know I've been doing an MMA podcast with John Fitch for well over a year now. That's obviously, my big sports passion. There's people out there that love baseball, or they love football, or hockey, or soccer. MMA happens to be mine. And this event is going to happen, and as far as I know, it is still happening with people. However, some of the vendors are going to be cut. So if you have tickets, or you want to get tickets, and you are in the Quad City area, or in Iowa or Illinois, or one of the surrounding states, and you just want to go and be around people and see live action sports, Friday and Saturday night, it is happening. Let me repeat this, guys. It is happening. I'm pretty excited about this. So, man, tomorrow I'm going to be going to the weigh-ins. I should be doing some broadcasting there. I'm going to have the promotion head on tomorrow, Mike Goodwin. I think that's going to be 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern. We're going to do as much streaming as we can from the actual venue. I'm going to have to get up bright and early tomorrow, get myself on a nice suit, do some broadcasts. Obviously, we'll be doing the Rockfin 11 a.m. Eastern live stream like we do Monday through Friday. But the other thing is, the other way to support this, okay, is you can get the pay-per-view. I think it's $25 Friday and Saturday night, and say, wow, it is important that we have sports. Wow, it is important that we don't become susceptible to a new normal. It is important that we push back as they try to put more and more restrictions on us. As you know, if you saw yesterday, I had Dr. Richard Bartlett, somebody who's been treating coronavirus patients since the very beginning of the outbreaks in Texas. We went over everything, but the most important thing we went over authoritative treatments and non-authoritative treatments and what he was treating people with. So these are the actual solutions, guys, okay? Is it still buffering over there, guys? I'm seeing some buffing now. This is ridiculous. Buffering in Ohio. What is this bullshit? Open the widget. Stream is healthy. Error. Stream is healthy. No data 818. What is going on here? Why is my stream status poor? I'm hardlined in. It's ridiculous. Man. All the downloads. You know what? Let's do a speed test live on air. Let's go to speedtest.net. Thumbs the video up, guys. I hope that we're going to be able to go do a cool broadcast in here. So what kind of speeds do we have? MetroNet. We're supposed to have a gig up and down. You're hardlined in. What's going on? PA strong. Thumbs the video up, subscribe, and share. What's going on here? Come on. Let's see what we got. What is this? Maybe it's my internet. I don't know. That ping is not great. Okay, come on. 400. Again, we're hardlined in. This is a YouTube issue, guys. I'm getting half a gig down because I don't have it into the main AC. All you tech heads out there. And I'm looking at it, and it's still doing it. As such, look at that. 300, almost 400 up. 420 up. 423 up. 425 up. If you think this is my issue, I think I just proved that it is absolutely not my issue for buffering here over in New York. That's really, really bizarre. And I bet you I'm not buffering over on Periscope, right? So we are dual streaming over on Twitter. So anyway, guys, please, consider. I didn't put it in the link below. I should have, but I'm gonna be pumping it the next couple days hardcore. CagedAggression.tv, and if you do go sign up to order it, and now we're saying no data again, stream is healthy again, so bizarre. Email them, say, hey, I got this because of Jason Burmis, blah blah blah. Just let them know so that we can listen. The MMA and combat sports community here in Iowa, wrestling community, is large. And they also have families. And the freedom community here is large. So we need to push back everywhere possible. There's a reason that professional sports were in that loophole of Iowa. When I saw that, again, I was hopeful. Okay? There's a reason that you still have 15 minutes without a mask in a lot of these stores, because these stores don't want to mandate those masks, right? I don't want to mandate those masks. I still feel like I made the right decision here. So get your questions and comments in, but I wanted to do this really quick before we get to all those. Remember, we're fully demonetized on this platform, 7+ months. Without you guys, I couldn't be able to do this. We're on a pretty good pace. We've slowed down a little bit. I mean, if we get that up to 3,000 before the end of the weekend, we could maybe make it to our actual goal. Again, the point of this program is to expand it. What I want to do with this studio in particular is start putting on a suit jacket. You're going to see me at a suit jacket tomorrow at the weigh-ins, both days at Caged Aggression. I'm not sure if I'm going to go with a tie or I'm going to go with a shirt and a button-down. We'll see. But, the point is to take this studio and make it into more of an interview-based program, right? So when I sit down with a Dr. Richard Bartlett, it looks a little bit more polished. I pre-record it. And then on top of that, maybe I put some clips in there as well. Maybe more like a value-tainment thing. And we call it a nation in distress, hence why the flag is upside down behind me. By the way, guys, this is the wide shot. This is the studio. If you really want to see it, over on I think that's an LG, or I'm sorry, a Logitech 930E, one of the widescreen ones. So people are pushing back against mandatory vaccines in Denmark, okay? And they're going to be doing it globally. Good. Actually, Tim Pool right now is broadcasting, and he's talked. I think the headline is, people are protesting these vaccinations. Good. That's just one way. We need to push back a whole lot of other ways, okay? So Tim Pool is talking about that. What I want to go down is my Twitter list here, because there's a lot going on. And Andrew Capo Cuomo, the big headline is that, the Capo, he lost it today, and then they point to the guy who was doing the interpretations and the hand motions, and look at that, he lost it. This is more important, okay? A few hours ago in New York, a lot of people have had enough of Andrew Capo Cuomo and have gathered outside of his home. Nice big house, huh? Where's that, Andrew? Is that over in the Hamptons? Down over in Long Island, Mr. Capo, sir? But this, of course, just like anything that goes against the narrative or America's governor, will probably not get national media attention. And if it does, you may see it on like Tucker Carlson. Maybe some other Fox News hosts will pick it up. But everything has become so partisan. Wanted to highlight this article quick. J.P. Morgan strategist says overturned election would be a horror story for the economy. You see how this works, folks? First they tell you Joe Biden won, stop asking questions, there is no election fraud. I'm not saying that Joe Biden lost the election. We've told you that. We've told you no matter what, no one on either side is going to believe it. One will think there's a coup on one side, one will think there's a coup on the other. But here you have a narrative being built that if the election is just overturned now, it hasn't been certified. It can't be overturned. So that idea is just Orwellian on its face. The election can't be overturned yet because it hasn't been called by the people who call elections. You get it? You understand? Are we starting to, get what we're saying here? It's just like the office of the president-elect. It doesn't exist. Right here, you're looking at the office of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Right there. He runs the... Here he is. He's Stay Puft. We'll put him right here. Oh, we can't. But this guy, he's got an office of Marshmallow International. It's not a real thing, but that's okay. Right? Oh, boy. Let's keep going down here. And, I did put it out there because, Cuomo's back talk is just ridiculous. Rockfin, guys, we're not streaming on Rockfin. This will go up on Rockfin for free after the fact. But just so you guys know, if you are a premium subscriber, you get all the Whitney Webb stuff too. And she just did an amazing interview with Johnny Vedmore going over Operation Warp Speed, dispelling some of the myths surrounding, some of the myths surrounding mRNA vaccines and what they're really doing and how they're not necessarily altering your DNA. Okay? They're not necessarily altering your DNA, but what they are doing is they're creating a process that will then be altered. He does a great job in describing this. By the way, thumbs this video up, getting a lot of buffering. We're going to get to your questions and comments soon, so get them in. And as always, we will use the, since we're fully demonetized here, we will use the GoFundMe as a super chat mechanism. So this is what actually defunding the police looks like. I wanted to play this really quick. Okay.
We have breaking news. Another shocking incident of gun violence in New York City. A woman in her 70s shot in the head on an MTA bus in Brooklyn.
A video showing that bus stopped in the street. The suspect on the run tonight. Eyewitness News reporter Jim Dolan is live at the scene in Bed-Stuy. Jim.
Today, more than 30 people on this B-25 bus this afternoon, a little after 2 o'clock, when gunfire broke out outside the bus. Several shots, according to witnesses. The passengers on the bus dove to the ground, to the floor, but one bullet right there went through, pierced the skin of the bus, and struck a 70-year-old woman who was on board. She was hit.
So, I'm playing this because we're showing you guys jumping on buses in the middle of New York City with flamethrowers. I mean, just ridiculous things going on right now in our country that are being completely ignored by the national media. This woman did survive, but you think anyone got arrested? Think anyone got arrested there? Let's find out.
On the cheek, according to police. She will be okay. She is not seriously hurt. Outside the bus, there was panic. Police have not arrested anybody in this case yet, and they are asking for information.
See, they're going to tell you the solution to this is more surveillance, more CCTV cameras, and honestly, we need robotic police because they don't let their emotions get in the way. They won't be racist. All right? And that's the next step in this fourth industrial revolution, great reset, automation nation, new world order plan that is unraveling before our eyes. And we need to fight back, fight back, fight back. We must resist. The great resistance begins today for you. You need to look in the mirror and say, I will resist as much as possible. I will be arm in arm with my neighbors when the time comes. And I think that Steve Poikonen of Slow News Day is absolutely right. Let's organize something for International Humans Day, I think it is, Human Rights Day, okay, on December 10th. And I think that's a great day. That gives us a few weeks to get this together. I am going to do what I can to reach out to other people that I believe are trying to tell you the truth and also resist. And hopefully we can get our audience together to have a real civil rights movement again and just say no. 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 That go all the way back after I did that? Let me see. I think I had a couple other things I wanted to talk about here quick. That's that one. We did that. Yeah, and exactly. All this is going down, and the news out there, and I didn't see this headline until my boy Jamie Deluxe put it out, and he's going to be over on Rockfin as well, by the way. Ivanka Trump blamed a fart on her classmates when she was a teenager. That's a headline. And I get it, it's the Daily Mail, right? But come on, man. Give me a break. Is that really news? I know BuzzFeed likes things like that. Okay? Spiro does great work. A lot of people know all about Spiro. But if you're not following me on Twitter, now's the time. I'm going to jump in there. Remember to thumbs this video up, subscribe, and share. Make sure you're making that free account Rockfin style. 11 a.m. Monday through Friday. Exclusive and free. Right now, today's episode is free. If you watch my interview with Steve Poikonen, that is the second half of the show. You get another 30-plus minutes with Rowan Dean in a separate news clip that we have not gone over yet on this broadcast. So let's do it. And we do it live. And let me just check and make sure there are no super chats yet. Nope. Nothing over on the GoFundMe yet. Let's do it. So, all right. We did that one already. Hey, Burmis. I'm going to sign up on Rockfin tomorrow when I can get some free time on the computer. Yes, it only takes a couple minutes to sign up on Rockfin. It doesn't take a long time. My main man from Amsterdam. How we doing? Let's see. What up, Gritch? How we doing? If it's mandatory, it's not resistance. I mean, it is resist. When they try to make resist it mandatory, that's when you got to resist the most. Look, we're the ones that give our authority over. Truthstream Media did a great video they put out yesterday. A lot of great Hal jokes from 2001: A Space Odyssey. Shout out to Aaron and Melissa Dykes. But in it, they tell you, when you are giving authority, you're authorizing consent. Do not consent. Resist. Do not give up your consent. What up, everyone? Are you about to talk about Cuomo's meltdown? We talked about it a little bit. Non-compliance, always non-compliance. Wow, finally caught you live in months. Really? It's that much? Dude, is it still buffering over here? Every, 2-3 minutes, this thing wants to go as buffer. Yo, YouTube, what's up? Is this it? Are you just getting ready to take me off the platform? Is today the day? Now, again, guys, that's why you sign up for Rockfin. Hey there, everyone. Good here. Now that's a backdrop. Thank you, Ryan. Looks fine to me. We can see you fine. You're not buffering for me. Seems okay here. Excuse me. Has anyone checked whether mRNA vaccine targets RNA protein in male sperm causing infertility? No long-term study yet to prove this point. The ramifications would be disastrous. Smooth as butter there, huh? Scott Bailey, no buffering. We can see you fine. There's Gritch. You two coming up with some Johnny nonsense. I believe it. All good. Now you're good. Good. Good on my side. Fine here in the UK. Huh. Karen, how we doing? Live is best. Well, thank you. Hi, Scott. What's happening, Mr. Gritch? mRNA is linked to autoimmune diseases. The studio is dope. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yep, I had to re-enter to stop the buffering. So weird. You think that YouTube might be trying to get people to not watch the broadcast? And by the way, we've had a really decent surge in the last few weeks. It's not mega. It's not like I'm getting hundreds of subscribers a day. But over 3-4 days, we are gaining 100 here and 100 there, and more people are tuning into the live stream, and so many have gone over to Rockfin. Thank you so much. I'd love to hit 10,000 by the end of next week. Follow me over at Rockfin, Burmis Brigade. And again, if you like this stuff, One day it might not be here. Someone's saying they haven't seen a live stream for months. Well, what happens when it's a month deep and I've been tossed off and you had no idea? So get over on Rockfin, man. Make sure you're there as well, because they're empowering my free speech. They're not enslaving you by limiting it. Let's see. What do we got here? Yeah, looks great. Right on. Cut out for a sec. Yep. Hit the like button and consider donating. Thank you so much for putting the donation button. And remember, we'll use that as the GoFundMe. We'll check it every 5-10 minutes. Mixed martial mindset, baby. Thank you, Ryan. I love the mixed martial mindset. Love the backdrop. Great job getting Caged Aggression back on the table. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. But we're going to discuss that process tomorrow with Mike Goodwin, the CEO and founder of Caged Aggression. And if you're just joining me again, guys, let's do it live. Caged Aggression MMA, if you are in the Quad Cities area, come on down. It is a live sporting event. It will be taking place. This may be your last chance to see live MMA. Okay, let's be honest about it. We don't know what's going to happen in the next couple of months with these restrictions. We do know we must resist, and this is a great way to do it. So if you can come in, it's Friday and Saturday night. I think the event starts at 7 p.m., I'm pretty sure that's when the first fists are thrown. I think the doors open at 6 or 6:30. Let me see right now. And again, the pay-per-view is $24.99. Okay, $24.99 each night. So it's $50 for both nights. It's 20 fights, I believe. I think it's 10 fights each night. And I'm telling you guys, the fight caliber is the real deal. These guys are up and coming. You know, this is high-level MMA at a big gyms. People that you would see normally, if let's say Bellator was doing their events outside of Connecticut, right? Outside of the East Coast, you'd probably be seeing them on the prelims or even early in the main card, some of these guys. That's how good they are. That's the gyms they're in. So, again, I'm going to be doing a little color commentary throughout the night, and especially in the middle of the show. I'm very excited about it. And tomorrow I will be at the weigh-ins. We're probably going to do a live stream from the weigh-ins on top of pre-taping and talking to these guys. Again, pumped. I am pumped. And you guys should be too, because the more we can do to resist, the better. That's how I feel about it. You may hate MMA. It may not be your sport of choice, but certainly is mine. Thumbs it up, subscribe, and share. Let's get back to the questions. Let's see. I always wondered why you say 1984 and it's an Orwell movie. Is it any good, Jason? Okay, so the movie is based on the book, sir. George Orwell was the author of that, and the other one of, large note, for instance, is Animal Farm, and it kind of explains. To me, Animal Farm is Cartel Land. If you haven't seen Cartel Land, which is an amazing documentary, probably my favorite documentary of the last decade or so, you need to watch it because it shows you kind of this whole absolute power corrupts absolutely. And when you start getting involved in these things and you start justifying just the most horrific things to fight back, sometimes you become the bad guy. You become the enemy. And that's Animal Farm. Some animals are more animal than others, right? I've never watched the entire 1984 movie. I think it was put out in the 1980s. It may have been actually in 1984. I'm not 100%. But yeah, the books are where it's at, and learn about Winston Smith if you don't know about it, because we've always been at war with Eurasia. Let's see. Hey, Brigade, American Gangsta. Jason, you should hit up Tom Longo and get him on your show. He's been talking about the need to become ungovernable and peaceful non-compliance. I'm not sure who Tom Longo is. YouTube effing up the stream. Yup, YouTube messing him up by cutting him in and out. Well, it seems like we're stable now, so maybe, now it says excellent connection. Yeah, it's been an excellent connection from the beginning. What's happening here? My goodness. Thumbs it up. Buffering. You guys did get a little of that buffer taste, didn't you? You absolutely did. All right, let's see. Well, buff now, buff, American Gangsta. Hey Karen, there's some meat too. Not awful, but still yucky. I don't like any buffering. A refresh worked. So weird. A little bit of turbulence, not so bad. It shouldn't happen once. We're hardlined everywhere. Gotta love YouTube, right? Sorry, Jason, have to watch later. See, that's what it does. It gets rid of people. You know? Some eggplant emojis. Toyo whereabouts. Just shut down hard. Had to reopen. So weird. PA strong. Where in PA? Not buffering there. Buffer in Ohio. Yup, YouTube is messing with you. Let's get through all those. It's okay in New York City. YouTube is censorship. That's why. Here we go. Salty Cracker is live now. Who the hell is Salty Cracker? What does that even mean? Is anybody aware of the YouTuber? I'm not hipper with it. Maybe he's huge. I was late to the game on even knowing who PewDiePie was. The first time I actually came across PewDiePie was on South Park, and then obviously I forgot about it. And it wasn't until I was working for We Are Change and Luke making me aware of him that I had any idea about PewDiePie. I don't follow those things really. I'm good after a refresh. Stop buffering. Relax. We are good the whole time. Really? Comcast sucks. Big time out here. They're ridiculous data caps. Now that they even more ridiculous. No choice monopoly. That's crazy. I'm so glad I live in an area where there are no data caps. Data caps should be illegal. This is communication at this point. If they put it on a data cap, I'd have to stream what? And less quality, less often. I couldn't just be on the fly. I pay one flat fee and that's it. And I'm still paying $75 a month for internet, but at least it's reliable. I mean, at least it's a killer connection, and I can upload things I tape and then edit almost immediately, which is amazing. It's big time. East Coast especially. I've been in southwestern Washington, Lewis County. Been advising, getting armed and organizing for a couple of months. The whole COVID thing is just creeping authoritarianism. From D.C. and Beijing, we do it live. Okay, there's a huge jump. Huge jump. Wow. Okay. Oh, there it goes again. YouTube's not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. What are you talking about? I'm going to have to go over and check out what's happening over at the Periscope. Let's see. Okay, in Cali, had to exit and reopen the stream. We do it live. Hi, Triana Fabin. No problems here. Buffering in Kentucky. Good now. Better now. I mean, this is old stuff, but YouTube issues, possible YouTube issues, just looked. Yeah, it's got to be YouTube issues, 100%. Dude, if I see DM Laney again saying that Salty Cracker is live now, we don't let you spam here. There's no spamming. Yeah, you say it once, you get your point out. Copy and paste stuff, spam. It doesn't fly. We get rid of you. YouTube coming from you. Hi, Karen. Home again. F it. We do it live. I want a capture of the picture without the progress circle. Rockfin. Damn, that's fast. That's half the speed I get. I get like a gig up and down in my office. This is because I've got it through an AC router, secondhand, that I think only does 750 max instead of the full gig. But obviously, I was doing 100 by 10 in New York, and you can triple stream with 10. If I wanted to, I could probably output 4K. But that, I got a 4K camera now. The Canon does the 4K, but I'm very happy with the 1080p. And this is what is this? A 35 millimeter lens, but it's a EF mount for all you dorks out there. And I've got one of the conversion lenses on it because it's a M200. Let's see. Someone forgot to thumbs it up. Yeah, let's get those thumbs up, huh? Become the great resistance out there. They effing with your channel. The great reset. No, the great resistance. That's what we need to be. The great resistance begins today with you, with the person in the mirror. Short shift. The great speed test. You licked that thumb up. Yeah. Yes, 420 up in smoke. Nice. It's good. The great toilet paper famine of 2020. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. I accidentally bought almost twice as much toilet paper as I needed the last time I was there because I thought that I was buying paper towels. I thought I had grabbed them from the paper towel section. I only looked at the front, and I couldn't tell they were broken up. We're great here. There doesn't seem to be a toilet paper shortage, and even if they were, we're A-okay. And even some of the food that I got, 8+ months ago when this started, like middle of March, you guys helped me with that. Thank you so much, Burmese Brigade. But I probably did well over $1,000 in food, and we still got quite a bit of that left. Obviously, we're going through it because it's only good for a year, 2 years tops. But if I got to do it again, I can do it again. I've done it before, and we always make, we'll eat those beans, we'll eat that rice. Okay, it goes great with the meat and vegetables that we're getting. Just saying. And it's never bad to have a plan, guys. Okay? You want to be as independent as possible. Because, again, we don't know where all this is going still. I can dig it. Those that still enjoy sports, I used to like NFL, but got turned off over the years. Well, it's become highly political at the NFL. What's really great about MMA is it's not one of those sports that's going to weigh in on a political issue. I'd say this. They're very heavy into the military, which sometimes is tough for me to watch, sponsored by the U.S. Army. I can only see those commercials so many times before they really get to me. But other than that, they stay pretty apolitical. Even though Dana White has that great relationship with Donald Trump that spans, decades at this point. Well over a decade, almost 2 decades. Man, I just keep seeing this over here, and I just can't believe it. I'm just very upset that this streaming thing is happening. I wonder if it's happening to Tim Pool, huh? Guy's probably got 100,000+ people watching. I wonder if it's happened to him. We can't even get almost 300 people so they can see it and it's not buffering. It's certainly not my software. My software is going gravy train with biscuit wheel style. What's no tie, bro? You're saying no tie tomorrow? Okay. I think the red Nintendo jacket is the way to go. I love that red Nintendo jacket. Listen, man, that's my personality. And I saw somebody, I think on Twitter said something, I'd have a bigger following if I didn't dress like a teenage boy. But I don't know what to say, guys. Am I supposed to just change my whole persona? Maybe if I was working for somebody else and it was pretty specific that I was working for those other people, I would, be able to do that. Even when I worked for Jones, that was a big complaint with him. You're always coming in here with skulls on your shirt, Burmese. Death everywhere. And it's just like, come on, man. I like tattoo art. I've always liked that kind of art. I grew up kind of, into those type of things. My dad used to have a motorcycle and throw me on the back of it, and we used to hang out in tattoo shops, and I was into that sort of artwork. I don't know what to say. It's ingrained in my personality. And then the retro stuff, the gamer stuff. One of the things that I would like to do in my office is even put together a office with a bunch of the retro gaming things and have people come in there and do a different type of interview channel where we game and talk about real issues and tap into that gamer audience. Because although I don't play a lot, I'm kind of a collector, and I used to be. My teenage years and early 20s, I was hitting those pads hard. And even now, sometimes when I'm not into catching a movie, I'll throw on Borderlands 3. Love the Borderlands series. Let's see. I'm going to be met with hell at the door Monday. What's that even mean? Oh, Michigan going to be met with hell at the door Monday. Controlled chaos. Tucker's interview about Thanksgiving with Adam Carolla was pretty funny and revealing as far as how ridiculous all of this has become. See, that's great that those guys have finally come around, but Carolla had me on the 5th anniversary of 9/11 on his radio show. I think it was right before Ozzy Osbourne. And, he tried to eat me apart. Well, I hope you go back to making pizzas again, Jason. Well, thanks, Adam. Look where we are today, huh? Huh? Ramp it up 14 years, buddy, and see where we're at. Is it still funny? Actually, it's 15 years. No, it's 14 years ago. Huh? You still think guys like me should be censored and things like that, or has it gone too far? Are you and Tucker ready to go back and look at 9/11 again? Go check out my films, Fabled Enemies and Loose Change Final Cut. Get back to me. Get back to me. Goodness gracious. Let's see. Nation in distress, correct. Heard about mask mandates in Dusseldorf, Germany. Possible. Upside down flag, is that a sign of distress? Yes, it's a nation in distress. And that's what I got on my arm, guys. Been here over a decade. And for over a decade, I've been talking about this. It's the real deal. I didn't tattoo my body with it because I don't believe in it, heart and soul. And by the way, That doesn't mean I hate America. In fact, I love our Constitution. I love our Bill of Rights. Overall, I think our culture's a good culture. It is not a toxic culture. It is a one of brotherhood. And again, that's why we need to start getting arm in arm and fighting back every day as hard as we can and become the great resistance to the great reset, to COVID-19 84, to this new world order agenda. Period. Period. Forced out with consent. Nice. LOL. Cringe. What's the cringe? I don't know what the cringe is. Upside down Congress picture on MSNB front page right now. No coincidence. Stay hard, people. We will lock down. Lockdown. LOL. Cuomo needs to get rocked. Oh, this is way old. So again, guys, if you want to use the GoFundMe, that's probably how we're getting to your question or comment if you haven't already made one. Because we do it in order. And we're fully demonetized here. There are no super chats. Their activism will do so much. Well, Kyle, they're doing something. What are you, just one of those guys that's just like, oh, well, you can't do anything, and I'm just going to bend over and take a frozen pineapple in the ass if they tell me? Because I'm not that guy. I'm glad they're there. We need to see more of it. It encourages more of that. It gets more people together. Calling out the capo. Yeah, I saw Cuomo snap at a few reporters. Such a douche. Keep calm and keep arms. I think it's kind of like the media is effing with everyone. LOL. The people should be at a gun range. Again, we're not calling for violence here. I want to say that right now. We don't call for violence. Peaceful civil disobedience. And again, holding our electorates accountable. We are the constituents. We are the people. Those houses are ours. And we need to occupy them. And look, if that means that you got to spend a couple days or weeks in an area that's uncomfortable and protest with people that you may not agree with on a lot of other issues, so be it. That's what we need to do now. Otherwise, we're going to be beholden to a bunch of transhumanists in their 70s and 80s that look at us like, less than human, as more than replaceable. As a burden. We are burdens upon them. They are trying to destabilize, divide and conquer. Nope, Joe lost. Crayon mouth. What does that even mean? Crayon mouth. Do I have a crayon mouth? We are about to do that to our governor in Connecticut, November 20th. Good. How many times do I say? Nothing to see here. A horror story they are scripting. Love that horror story. It was always a circus, but now it is revealed to many. YouTube is rough today. Is this all day? Oh, Crayon Mouth is the name. Okay. Yeah, no, I guess YouTube must be, huh? Don't let them write our horror story. I agree. Trump signed the GD emergency order, folks. They are all scumbags. So let's talk about that really quick, because I had Jeffrey Wilson of the Conspiracy Farm send me the video. There was a new press conference today. I saw the general wearing the mask the entire time. I did not appreciate that. I didn't like it. The big talking point, maybe we should play it, that people were worried about, let me go to my notifications here, were that, and here it is here. Okay. So it's getting sent. Is that it's going to be all over the nation. And we kind of talked about this before. But again, he didn't say it's going to be mandatory. But we're going to play the clip. And honestly, I'm going to watch the entire press conference when I get a chance. And maybe we'll do a watch along with it.
What we're doing to make sure that that we are ready at this level after working these details for the last 6 months. As I've told the team, 2 things we must have. One, upon emergency use authorization, all of America must receive vaccine within 24 hours, as I said. I think this is incredibly important. Fair and equitable distribution of the vaccine throughout the country simultaneously. There is no haves and have-nots. It is an equitable distribution, and we are driving hard to make sure that that happens.
Now, remember, what we really need to worry about is what? They're saying that this is going to be for the elderly. This is going to be for the military. This is going to be for people that work in hospitals. Now, with all of those people, especially the military and the hospitals, the military, they're going to mandate it, right? So try saying no to the military if you're signed in. Good luck. Now, the hospitals, of course, a lot of people are going to say, well, I guess I'm going to have to do this or I'm going to lose my job. That's terrible. It's unbelievably terrible. And then you talk about these people in nursing homes, etc. Well, when they do it, can they visit their families? And by the way, are they going to have the adverse effects? Are they going to be okay after the first shot? Because you're going to have to wait for the first shot and then the second shot, and you're going to have to track that. And we're not even sure which one of these vaccines you're going to get. The one that really worries me is the frontline worker story. So now you work at Walmart, and the corporation is going to say, do it or you lose your job. And if you don't think corporations are going to fall in line to this, think again. They've already said they're going to do so. So you might want to find a new job out there if you're making, $12 an hour as a cashier, and they're going to force this into your arm. Just saying.
Second thing that we want to do is make sure that the cadence of vaccine delivery following the first push is routine so that states/jurisdictions can plan for it and account and develop execution of the administration in a routine method so that the population is well informed. What we're doing to make sure.
So there you go. We'll see how well informed everybody is. It's really nice. So, yeah. Thumbs the video up, subscribe, and share, guys. Not even 200 thumbs up yet. Let's get it. All right, let's see. Yes, buffering again. It's actually, even though they're saying that from before, again, I'm getting the yellow bar that we're at some kind of like poor speed. This is internal server stuff on YouTube, guys. Jason, check this out. What are you selling me? I don't know what you're telling me to check out. For show, tyrants war on the horizon. I know this. There's been an information war for a long time, and the people at the top in the Predator class have already been at war with the general populace for quite some time. And they've been in hardcore war with that general populace that happens to have brown skin. Whether that be in the third world, in South America and other places like that, or the even darker skin in Africa and the Middle East. Get hip to it, man. You want to talk about the real racism? It's going on today. It's going on in Yemen today. Oh, let's see. We are all idiots and have no concept for the election shenanigans going on. Well, I think some of us have concepts of what's going on, but we're hesitant to talk about it basically because of the iron grip of big tech censorship, and that's why I've gone on historical record and shown how ludicrous it is with these voting machines and how the warnings against these type of mail-in ballots have been all over the place. Okay? Conspiracy theorists speak the truth. Complicity theorists spread mainstream lies. South Australia having a deadlier strain of COVID showing up. Yo, Rowan Dean is killing it over on Sky News in Australia. I just want to say that. Shout out to Rowan Dean. He's another person that I would really love to get on the program to discuss the Great Reset at length, actually. The mainstream media narrative is Biden already won, so concede already, Trump. In 2000, W wasn't telling Gore to concede already, and they only had one state to contest. This time, it's several. Yeah, no, the whole thing is flipped upside down on its head, and the media wasn't telling people to concede. And they didn't tell Hillary Clinton that she should concede when she wanted a recount in Wisconsin. He sounds like a football announcer. Who, I do? Do I? I don't know. Do I? I'm not a football guy, but okay. Mandates are making people go insane. New York City sounds like a hellhole. Talk to people that live there. Mel, who's on the Union of the Unwanted quite a bit, has talked about how she's been in that city for, I think over a decade. And she's never felt the way she feels now about the city and how she's in fear constantly about what's going on. Okay? So that should tell you something right there. She was trying to vote for Trump. What did I miss? UNESCO 2005 document. Individual rights outweigh any societal concerns. All UN members signed. Dunlop Tirade NT has always been full of lunatics for 200 years. New York. Oh, New York. I'm late. Man shot in the head for what? No, Jesse. That was just a woman who happened to be on a bus in broad daylight in New York City, and gunfire, because there's no police on the street anymore, broke out. And when the gunfire broke out, guess what? A bullet went through the bus, and luckily she's okay, but she just gets shot in the face. You know, no big deal. While entering the Thunderdome, escape from New York by next year. Ivanka Trump farted in 1992 and blamed a classmate. Dude, why are you covering the real news? Again, I was just going into it, just how ludicrous that was. We didn't cover it very long, did we? Escape from New York. Glad you made it out, JB. So am I. And I'm so glad, again, for those that didn't hear, the organizers of Caged Aggression have pushed back. Iowa has pushed back. And yes, the live MMA, Friday and Saturday in the Quad Cities. Please consider coming out to the River Center. I think it's like $35 for general admission. I think it's $75 for cage side if they have any left. So, I mean, you can go see 2 nights of cage fights for under $100. What a deal. And then, again, if you want to support it, because you obviously don't live in the Iowa or Illinois area or near the Quad Cities, get the pay-per-view. Email Caged Aggression. Let them know. Contact them. Say, hey, I saw this through Jason Burmis. Keep it up. We're encouraging you to keep it up. We want you to fight back with the great resistance against COVID-1984. And we're going to have Mike Goodwin on, the head of that promotion, tomorrow to discuss just that. Very excited about that, guys, for sure. A lot of people heard me talking about how bummed I was about it. The Great Reset, my ace, resist or bust worldwide, bitches. LOL. Well, look what happened in Denmark. There was a video of that flamethrower guy. Yeah, I know. I played the video of the flamethrower guy with Steve Poikonen today. LOL, I'm in Western New York, and Cuomo just said, we haven't felt the pain of COVID, then shut everything down again. Yep, I know it. I know it. He said, you guys haven't really felt the pain that New York... I don't know what to tell you. How the New York Capitol has not been stormed at one of those press conferences is beyond me. I mean, that's what's the next thing that needs to happen, right? Not just when the New York State Bar Association meets, not just when your city council meets, but really whenever he wants to have a press conference, you need to storm the gates. Peaceful resistance. Peaceful resistance. That's your house. It's not his. He can act like a capo out there in Albany all he wants. And I wonder, is he living in the Hamptons? Maybe he's living, somewhere in the Albany area. I have no idea. I've never looked into where Cuomo is. But you saw people showed up at his house today. Just saying. It's a hellhole on purpose. Red Dawn, Wolverines, hell yes to saying no. My neighbors will likely be lining up for a vax. Sucks. It probably have to exodus this place, but only as a last resort. Megyn Kelly's moving out of New York City with her kids. And again, I'm not a fan of Megyn Kelly by any means, but some people are just done all the way. Fed chair said there is no returning to the old economy. I haven't seen that yet, but that's, yeah. Yeah, and I mean, crypto's going big, guys. That's another thing that's great about Rockfin. The 2 main ones that are moving right now are what? Bitcoin and Ethereum. And if you know anything about Ethereum and ERC20 tokens, the Ray token is, a subsidiary of sorts. It's a subcontract built through the Ethereum platform. Just saying. And the way they're doing, again, you want to support me? That's another great way to support me. Get that premium account, and then you get everybody's stuff. Or share that website of Rockfin to get people to make the free account and come join me 11 a.m. Monday through Friday. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Fauci said, where are we going? No. Is that Ivanka story confirmed? Apparently it was some high school friend of hers that gave some interview, and that was part of it. Fauci said, I know Americans have an independent spirit, but it's time to do what you're told. Every American should proudly tell Fauci to go F himself. Correct. We need to resist. The great resistance has begun. Join the Bourbons Brigade live. Thank you so much for all those links there, Gritch. You're doing a great job. December 10th, we need to do something in Ohio. Our emperor is out of control. I'm with you, Wahlberg's a world. We all need to do something right now. Yeah, I think the YouTube is messing with the stream. Oh, it's done it. I mean, geez, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 different times it broke up at least. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, maybe 9. But yeah, looks like it broke up 8 times. Unreal. Let's see. Okay, now we're buffering. YouTube sucks. Same. Yep. Lots of buffer. Whole lot of buffer. Tom Longo and becoming ungovernable through peaceful non-compliance. Check him out. He's awesome. Tom Longo. Okay. Yep. The buffer. The buffer. Up. As we're talking about it, it looks like the buffer has begun again. Just like, I wonder with this buffer what it's going to look like when we get to actual YouTube. Right? Like, is it going to, because everything's gone through, is it going to look smooth? Especially because this is on their end. I guess I'm going to have to go back and look at it. I hate that. It's not the American people anymore. The buffer is real. Okay, now. Red Dawn uses Aussie actor Chris Hemsworth to play the main hero. Just saying. Yeah, well, that's Red Dawn the remake. That's not the original. It's a headline on The Guardian, too. What about the Fed chair? I guess I'm going to have to check that out. Thanks, D. You're great. Read Jerome Powell's statement. Oh, okay. So this is the Fed. I will read it. Trump is in an elevator somewhere doing something. Remember that one, idiots. What does that even mean? Well, I'm supposed to remember that Trump is in an elevator somewhere doing something. Thanks for adding to the conversation, Tyler. Brilliant comment. If Ivanka farted, Trump can't be president. Correct. Jeez. F YouTube. I thought you were supposed to announce when we are buffering. We do it live. Fartgate, no access, no deliveries, no peace for the pedo class elite scum. Get the hell out of Blue Cities. It's beyond Blue Cities, I promise you that. First Cal farts, now Ivanka farts. The world is truly ending. That would be most cities. Jason, do you think something big will happen, i.e. 9/11, in 2021 after or during the COVID reset? Like what happened in 2001 versus 2000? I don't know. I know I moved to the Midwest for a reason. Okay? Because, once again, guys, I'm not sure what's going to happen. And, we've been talking to Whitney Webb, Unlimited Hangout over on Rockfin. She does a great job. She's doing more podcasts. She's putting out more work. I think she does great work. I think she's asking the right questions and documenting the events that have preceded this and are going on in the background now to have a good insight into that. Okay? That's my opinion. If you want that kind of information, I think she's doing a great job. We do not consent. Correct. Mandatory is crossing the line, overstepping natural law and free will. It is a complete overstep. Correct. It has been for some time. Mandatory is not law. That's correct. I missed the headline because I was buffering. Masters and their welfare subhumans. Hail buffering. Shiz Purple, thanks YouTube. Mandatory reset. Seems it depends on your location. It was happening over on T-Live stream as well. Interesting. Is he back on YouTube? Huh. You're past due for the YouTube ban hammer. Ryan, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen, but we're going to try to stay here as long as possible. Listen, I've been here 13 plus years. I want to make that clear. Like, I had a channel before you could post videos longer than 10 minutes on the platform. I've never broken any of the rules. Again, it's been over a month since live on air we reviewed a thumbnail and still get no response. What's going on here? Like, it's ridiculous. I don't understand. Why is everything arbitrary to them? Why is everything selective enforcement? Why do they get to sit there in the halls of government and lie and say that everybody has an equal appeals process? I'm no conservative. I'm no liberal. I'm a human being, and I act as such. I think for myself. Warp Speed General says all Americans will receive vaccine. That's all American City. When within 24 hours of approval, there will be no haves or have-nots. Yes, again, we just played the clip, and let's not take it out of context. They don't have 330 million doses. And believe me, I don't think you should volunteer and roll your arm up. Or roll your sleeve up on your arm. Now, I don't want the boop. I'm not taking the boop. No boobity boop. If you watched my other video on Warp Speed where we did the watch along with the press conference, I think you're going to get a better idea of what the actual distribution plan is going to be. I believe it's 20 to 30 million doses of the vaccine initially, and then another 20 million monthly on a rolling basis. And that could be upped. That's their words, not mine. I'm not an authoritative source. I'm not a part of Operation Warp Speed. Hey, I made it with no notification naturally. Well, that's nice. Well, thanks for joining us. Jonas Salk talked about RNA vaccines and eugenics in his book, Survival of the Wisest. They are making us act out of our enslavement. No mass. You are what you do, and you say what you do. It should be called the Buffering Brigade. Rop, 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 rop. Don't even, Burmis. YouTube. What's that at? Don't oven Burmis. Oh, man. We are so dang tired of it all. No buffer in Detroit. Best believe I'm on Rockfin daily. Yeah, Thumbprint. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, we have Catherine Niemers. But, no, she didn't leave a, Catherine Neers. Thank you so much for the donation over at the GoFundMe. But she did not leave a question or a comment. With that being said, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up. I do want to, again, let everybody know that we are 100% demonetized on this platform. I would not be able to do this without your support. It is only through you and your donations that this show is possible. $5, $10, $15. Big donors. You do mean the world to me. Make sure you're following me on Twitter, but especially go make the Rockfin. Go make the Rockfin. Go make the Rockfin. Check out today's exclusive where we do another Hammer Time show on the Great Reset, especially if you didn't see me with Steve Poikonen earlier today. That's here on YouTube, but that's the second half of the program, and we got 35 minutes of fire before that. You can watch that for free now. It goes on the paywall tomorrow, but if you are a premium member, you get all the archives. You get everybody. Learn to Strike with Duke Rufus, right? Boom, boom. We talked about that. And we're live Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern. So, guys, I'm extremely excited because, once again, this Caged Aggression show is pushing forward. Going to have live MMA Friday and Saturday. If you're in the area, please come down. Please come down. Please come down. And if not, you can support it through getting it on pay-per-view and sticking it to the man and saying, hey, we want live sporting events. Hey, we want crowds. We want Bellator to start having crowds at the Mohegan Sun. We want Dana White to push back and have crowds at UFC events again. Again, it's the Great Resistance, and it starts with you, and it starts today. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the flip side.